A foreign army has claimed a combined attack using rocket launchers, and special forces has managed to take out a large group of Russian forces during the battle for Soleda. It is reported that Ukrainian artillerist, a Soviet-era missile to target a group of Russian soldiers who had gathered near the town. Kremlin is claimed to have captured the town famous for its massive salt mines earlier this week. Ukrainian officials denied Russian claims that Soleda had fallen, but the Wagner Group's owner repeated the assertion of a breakthrough late Saturday. Once again, I want to confirm that complete liberation and cleansing of the territory of Soleda from units of the Ukrainian army. Yevgeny Prigozhin wrote on his Russian social media platform civilians were withdrawn. Ukrainian units that did not want to surrender were destroyed. He claimed about 500 people were killed and that the whole city is littered with the corpses of Ukrainian soldiers. Ukraine's military said late Saturday that Russian forces had suffered huge losses in the Soleda fighting. Russian forces used jets, mortars and rockets to bombard Soleda in an unrelenting assault. Soleda's fall, while unlikely a turning point in the nearly 11-month war, would be a prize for a Kremlin starved of good battlefield news in recent months. It would also offer Russian troops a springboard to conquer other areas off Donetsk province that remain under Ukrainian control, such as the nearby strategic city of Bachmann, Donetsk, and neighboring Luhansk province, which together make up the Donbass region bordering Russia, where Moscow's main stated territorial targets in invading Ukraine. But the fighting has settled mostly into a stalemate. Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov stopped short of declaring the municipality's capture, telling reporters Russian forces had achieved positive dynamics in advancing in Soleda. Let's not rush and wait for official statements, he added. In an apparent recognition of battlefield setbacks, Russia's defense ministry announced the demotion of head of Russian forces in Ukraine after only 3 months on the job. Russia's top military officer, the chief of the military's general staff, General Valery Gerasimov, was named as their replacement for General Sergei Surovikin, who was demoted to deputy. Known for self-mining and processing, has little intrinsic value but lies at a strategic point 10 kilometers 6 miles north of the city of Bachmann, which Russian forces want to surround. Taking Bachmann would disrupt Ukraine's supply lines and open a route for the Russians to press toward Kramatorsk and Sloviansk, Ukrainian strongholds in Donetsk province. Assaulters' fall would make holding Bachmann much more precarious for Ukraine. Michael Kaufman, the director of Russia's studies at the CAN non-profit research group in Arlington, Virginia, noted the war of attrition with heavy casualties may make a Russian victory as deadly as a defeat. Russia continues to launch attacks on Soleda. According to Ukrainian media, recent reports from Ukraine say Russia has bombed the area 91 times since the Wagner Group claimed liberation of the Ukrainian town. The Russia-Ukraine war has been ongoing for nearly a year, since February 2022, and recently Russia has refocused its efforts in the Bachmann and Soleda regions in Ukraine's eastern Donetsk. According to a Reuters report, the Wagner Group, a private military group hailing from Russia, claimed liberation of Soleda on Saturday, an effort that the Wagner Group claimed killed 500 pro-Ukrainian soldiers. Since the announcement, Russian attacks have reportedly continued against the town. Wagner Group has bombed the Ukrainian town 91 times in the one day since the liberation claims. According to Ukraine's Pravda, a Ukrainian online newspaper, Soleda, now on the front lines off battle, has suffered devastating impacts from the war that have demolished the town. Ukraine's could prove to report, quoted Eastern Group of the Armed Forces of Ukraine spokesman Syria Cheravatia is saying the fighting in Soleda continues, but the Ukrainian forces are fighting back. Our rocket forces and artillery units concentrated their efforts to knock out the enemy as much as possible. In particular, more than 100 occupiers were killed by artillery and rockets during that day, Cheravatia was quoted in the report. However, a statement from Wagner Group leader Yevgeny and the Reuters article said Russia had accomplished complete liberation of Soleda, leaving bodies of Ukrainian forces refusing to surrender littering the town.